Hello, this is Ron Ross, the Mile High Motivator with Motivation Moment Issue 44, How to Wiggle Out of the Mud. My mother nearly killed me during the summer before I entered the first grade. Now, I really hadn't done anything terribly wrong except to play in the backyard. Well, maybe I did a little wrong. I played in the part of the backyard that Dad had just tilled so Mom could plant a garden. All right, to be completely honest, I played in the part of the yard that Dad had just tilled so Mom could plant a garden after it had rained all morning. And that tilled section was a large area of some really gooey mud that looked to this little boy like a great place to play. And play I did. I stomped my way out to the middle of that tilled area where the mud was the deepest and the gooeyest, and I jumped up and down with uninhibited joy. Only problem was that by jumping up and down in the goo, I was soon buried. My feet, my ankles, my shoes were covered with mud. I got myself totally stuck in the mud. And my only solution was to scream at the top of my voice for Mother! Well, after a few blood-curdling cries, she heard me and came running out the back door, and she thought I'd broken a bone or the neighbor's dog had gotten loose and bit me. But instead, she saw me standing in the mud up to my ankles, unable to move either foot, and she was not amused. She let out a war whoop and she kicked off her shoes and she began a muddy trek through the mud, threatening my life with each step she took. When she finally reached me, she didn't do anything to help free me from the mud. Instead, she took the opportunity to swat my butt about 20 times while she told me a thing or two about playing in the mud. Then after her adrenaline level dropped a bit, she pulled me out of the mud one gooey, mucky foot at a time while I bawled and begged forgiveness. You know, when you're little, your mother can pull you out of the mud. But when you're grown, it's up to you. You've got to wiggle your own way out. And so for the next several months, I'm going to be talking on the subject of how to wiggle out of the mud. These brief video essays will be inspirational, motivational, spiritual, and often humorous. Here are just a few of the topics I have ready for you. Order your life. Make mistakes. I've done a lot of that. Encourage someone. Show your love. Honor your commitments. Think abundance. Ignore insults. And many more similar topics. So if you're stuck in the mud, if you're sunk down in your nice shoes and socks to ankle-deep mire, you'll enjoy each week's video, starting with next week's topic, Live with Purpose. This is Dr. Ron Ross, the Mile High Motivator, coming to you from my home office in Denver, Colorado. I'll see you next time for the next edition of Motivation